What's up, guys? It's Natalie Fleming again, and today we're going to talk about how to line up to a tee on the down the middle, an inside and an outside pitch. So today we're using a jugs tee. This is the 5-point tee. So you see here, there are the 5 different slots where you can put the little peg in. So that just allows you to be able to put the ball on the tee where it needs to be for an inside down the middle or an outside pitch, whether you're a right-handed batter or a left-handed batter. So with that, you can also adjust the height of the tee. So the peg here just slides up if you want to work on a higher pitch, or it can slide down. Just gotta give her a little hit. Down if you want to work on more of a lower pitch. So today we're just going to do kind of a medium height pitch there, and we're going to start with the down the middle pitch. So with the down the middle, you obviously just put it in the middle peg. Okay, then think down the middle pitch. You still want to get this ball a little bit out in front of you. So when you line up to it, if you caught our first video over how to swing a bat, you'll see we explained how to get set up, how to get positioned, and how to actually hit a down the middle pitch. So with this one, I'm going to explain where you stand and then adjust to inside, outside, and then explain inside and outside pitches. So for this down the middle pitch, you'll also see on this tee, it says jugs on it. So with the kids that we hit with, we typically have them start with their front foot in line with where it says jugs. And then remember, we always talk about our feet being even here. So then imagine whenever you're getting into your stance, when you're hitting off of a tee. So again, this tee, okay, looks like home plate. Okay, so that is your home plate. So that's another great reason why this is one of our favorite tees. Okay, so then imagine you have the batter's box. So the batter's box is usually just a couple inches away from the tee, and then think that's where your feet will be aligned from there distance-wise from the plate. Okay, if you usually stand a little bit farther away, stand how you would stand in the batter's box. So I typically always stood with my feet fairly close to the white line in the batter's box. So again, down the middle pitch, we'll line that front foot up with where it says jugs here. Then from here, the ball will be slightly out in front of us, like I said, when we're in our stance. Okay, then when we go to toe touch, it will be in position for when we go to make contact, where I can still make contact with my strong V in my arms, able to push through. Okay, so that's how I know I lined up to the right, in the right spot for a down the middle pitch. So then if we would adjust to an inside pitch here, so for me, an inside pitch, you always want to think you want to get out in front of you. So the inside pitch, I would use the front peg here. Just kind of slide it in. Now, when we do an inside pitch, we have to adjust our body. So obviously the ball is not moving when it's sitting on a tee, so you have to adjust your body if you're going to work on an inside pitch. So for an inside pitch, like I said, we want to get it out in front of us a little bit more. So you'll scoot back just a little bit. I know we moved up the hole a little bit with the peg, but I like to scoot back a little bit more too. So if you remember on that down the middle pitch, we lined up where our foot was, front foot was in line with where it says jugs. Now scoot back another inch or two where maybe your front foot is lined up with the edge of the home plate. Okay, then from here, now this ball is now an inside pitch. So where you stand with the plate, how I talked about the batter's box being there earlier, you'll stay in the same spot. Okay, whenever you're in a game and you're in your stance, okay, and you get an inside or outside pitch to you, you can't move your feet, okay? So right now, think stand distance-wise from home plate, just like what you would with a down the middle or an outside pitch. So the distance away from home plate doesn't change when you're working on a down the middle, inside, or outside pitch, okay? All we did was just scoot back a little bit so that way we can get this ball out in front of us just a little bit more. So then again, when we get in our stance and then we go to toe touch, now as we go to contact, we can get this ball out in front of us just a little bit more, which allows us to give us space to get our hands through, get the ball out in front, and then hit it towards left field. Okay, so then the last one here would be outside. So on an outside pitch, we want to think, let the ball get deep. So here we would put, for me, being a righty, the peg in the back hole there. Okay? So and then, like I said, an outside pitch, we want to let get deep. So that means we have to move our body up just a little bit. So again, based off of what we said earlier with the down the middle pitch, our front foot was in line with where it says jugs. So now we scoot up a little bit. From that, still the same distance from home plate like we talked about earlier. Now on this one, how we teach our kids that we hit with to know if they're in the right spot for an outside pitch, we tell them to get in their stance and then go to toe touch. And then from here, if the ball is in line with their belly button, okay, you can see it is in line with my belly button here, that's a good position. Okay, you want, once you go to toe touch, the ball to be about in line with your belly button, and then you know you've let it get deep enough. So that means when you're in a game or when you're hitting off of front toss or live or whatever it might be, okay, just a visual, when that ball is coming in, you want to be making contact about when that ball is in line with your belly button. Okay, so that's how you know where to line up for a down the middle, inside, and outside pitch. Okay, notice I didn't use this hole or this other back hole, okay? So remember how I said earlier, the different holes will be used for an inside or for a righty or a left-handed batter. So me being a righty, I use this one for an inside pitch and then this one for an outside pitch. So then this hole here would be for a lefty, an inside pitch, getting it out in front. And then this hole here would be for a left-handed batter, letting the ball get deep on an outside pitch and driving it oppo. Okay? So that would be how to use the 5 points on this tee. Okay? The link for this tee is in the description below. Let me know, give it a chance. Let me know what you think. Like and subscribe, and I'll see you next time. Thanks, guys.